All right, so honestly, bro, like people need to really pay the fuck attention sometimes. Like I just had an interaction on Twitter, like, you know, people like to, you know, bitch when their favorite pro player doesn't win and shit, and they don't want to root for the underdog. And I just said a simple fact of, well, you know, I think that's down to the fact that people don't want to root for the underdog all the time because, let's be honest, bro, these games are just getting easier, bro. Like, Mena RD come out of nowhere beating Daigo. Like, let's really be honest, bro. Like, I'm not even going to talk about other people. I'm going to use myself as a fucking example so that people understand what I'm getting at. I came out of nowhere for Virtua Fighter. Okay, the fact that I'm even able to hang with some of the top players, bro, and even honestly, like, get some sort of recognition in a way, bro, it's because the current Virtua Fighter is easy, bro. Like, a lot of people said, oh, Virtua Fighter's hard, all this bullshit. Bro, it's not. They Tekkenize the fuck out of the game. There's so much more combos you can do, so much more bullshit setups you can do. Like, even within the community, they say it all the time. Like, a lot of us wouldn't really survive VF4, bro. A lot of us wouldn't. It's a simple fact that the game was harder. Those people have been playing the game longer. They're just going to be more dominant because they just stood in the game for longer and practice and did all this other shit. And the game is just generally harder. Hell, I'm playing fucking Persona with a friend and I can't even really, like, be next to the motherfucker because he's been playing the game that long. And Persona's supposed to be an accessible fighter and all this shit. That was their first attempt to really do that shit. Like, really pay attention to that shit, bro. Really pay mind to it, bro. Like, I'm not saying, you know, people shouldn't win. They shouldn't, you know, do their thing. They should definitely do their thing, bro. But we can't hide from the truth, bro. Nobody nowadays is beating Daigo in CVS2 or SF2 or Third Strike, bro. And the only people that are going to beat them are fucking people that do, in fact, play those games on the low. Of course, we're going to be rooting for Daigo when he fights whoever those people are. But if they freaking show him up and do something cool, we're going to respect it because we know those games are fucking hard. We know that it's not easy to best someone like Daigo in those games. Anyone like that, Tokido, Idazan, Fudo, like a lot of those players, bro, there's no... Come on, bro. Really think about it. That's all that's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying, you know, take what I'm saying like, oh, you know, you just want to talk about SSV and you know, players, you know, the scrubby mechanics, all this shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really pointing out the scrubby mechanics, bro. I'm just like, it's everything that has gotten easier over the days. And I'm not one for restricting people on harder inputs, you know, like, you know, the leniency of certain inputs. Bro, it's hard to do a half circle forward in Third Strike, bro. Consistently. Just a half circle forward. I've had anime players admit to me Third Strike is harder than anime games. And you see all the shit you can do in those games. The different routes and shit you can do, the setups you could do. But the thing about those games is that honestly, a lot of their inputs are lenient. And you could just do a lot of the shit in the game. At least attempting to try it. That's my point anyway.